God's people were in the wilderness, making their way across the vast desert.
It was chaos.
It was like being in a big campground where there were no rules.
It was scary, frightening, and noisy.
It was no fun for the kids, adults, or animals.
Moses, their leader, was also scared. He prayed to God, "What shall I do?"
God answered, "I think it's time to set some ground rules."
What are ground rules?
Well, kind of like campground rules, so that everyone is safe and happy.
Campground has rules? Sure they do. Fire in fire pits, not anywhere you feel like it. Don't leave your litter everywhere.
Give people enough space to enjoy themselves and leave things neat and tidy for the next person.
If everyone keeps to the campground rules, it'll end up not feeling like rules. It'll just make living in the campground a whole lot more fun.
And safe and less scary?
Yep. Anywho, back to God and Moses. Where were we? Right. God said, it's time to set some ground rules. Come up to the mountains, Moses, and we'll set them in stone.
Moses and God were up there a long time figuring out what ground rules would make living in the wilderness safer for everyone. And then they got really creative and said to each other, these ground rules could work not just in campgrounds in the wilderness, but for every group of humans, wherever they happen to live.
They got a bit carried away at first and wrote way too many. And Moses said,
God, I only have 2 hands, and so I can only carry 2 stone tablets down the mountain.
Because this way, before iPads and electronic tablets, the ground rules were carved in stone blocks. God asked, well, how many should we have then?
Moses said, I don't know. How about 1 for each finger, and then maybe we could actually remember them.
So 10?
Yeah, God, your top 10. Top 10 ground rules for the people of God.
So that's what they did. The Holy One and Moses. What are they?
Oh, thou shalt love the Holy One thy God with...
Thanks, Revi, but we want to share the ground rules with words kids understand so we can tell our grown-ups and our friends what they are.
That sounds a whole lot better. So how about I say them in words that kids can understand and the kids can help us understand them. So the first one, get to know God like God is your best friend. So how would you do that? How'd you get to know your best friend?
Talk to them.
Talk to them. That's a pretty good one. Hang out with them. Spend time with them.
Listen to them.
Listen to them. Yeah. Cool. Okay, next one. The way I'd put it is live God's dream first, so that we match our own dreams to be like God's.
And say God's name like you love God.
It's number 3, isn't it, Justin? Say God's name like you love God instead of saying it like a swear word.
Maybe like the way we'd say the name of our newborn baby or our brother or sister that we love lots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one of my favorites. Rest time is God's gift. Rest regularly and rest well. And I know you guys have got some great ideas on how to rest well. What would you do with your rest time?
Does it mean we have to take naps all the time?
Yeah, not just lying on the sofa. Michael, you told us earlier you would go skating.
Skating, skiing, sledding.
Baking? Putting icing on your
Baking,
cookies?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Justin, what would you do if you had some spare time that you wanted to make it as fun and rewarding as you could? What would you do?
And video games.
Okay. And I think you would probably also want to go skiing too, right? If you got a chance to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So sometimes making things is good, or reading, or just enjoying the outside.
And I have nothing against the naps, actually.
Okay, so the next one. This is a fun one, folks. Respect grown-ups, especially elders or older, wiser ones. Justin, do you want to tell us what that can feel like for you?
It's really hard because, like, when they always correct, when my grandma always corrects my grammar, I really want to say, oh, stop, it's really annoying. But I don't want to hurt her feelings, so.
And you love and respect her, right? Thank you for sharing that story. It's a good one. Do you two, Zoe and Michael, do you have any stories about how you would respect grown-ups and elders?
I think just by listening to their rules, it makes it a whole lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Okay, should we go to number 6? Justin, can you read that one? Do you want to read it?
6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't deliberately hurt or kill anyone or anything in creation.
You did a great job with a very long word there. Thank you very much. Don't deliberately hurt or kill anyone or anything in creation. That seems quite a good campground rule, life rule, doesn't it?
So we could take the spiders if we can and maybe escort them out of our tent?
It also
Yeah,
means
squishy.
we need to be nice to squirrels, doesn't it?
You do. Yes, you do.
I think when we keep this one, this ground rule, we get to actually feel a little bit like God feels when God is looking after all of creation. I think it's a ground rule for taking care of what's around us. It's a pretty cool rule. Okay, the next one. Martha, why don't you read that one?
Be loyal no matter what, especially with people you've promised to love.
So who would you be loyal with, you guys?
My brother, my sister. Sometimes you might bug me, you might drive me insane, but I always love you, no matter what. Definitely my sister. Yeah.
Zoe, can you read that one for me? Number 8.
Don't take stuff that isn't yours.
What happens when somebody's taking
Jealous.
something of yours?
Because they're jealous.
Yeah, there's a ground rule about that too as well. It's actually sometimes hurts, doesn't it, when somebody takes something that belongs to you? Makes you hurt inside, and usually leads to people not getting on so well with one another.
It's hard to trust each other after someone takes something that's not yours.
It is. It is. So how about this next ground rule, folks? This one is tell the truth. Always. Especially when it's hard. You see you nodding very wisely there.
Yeah.
Have you been in that situation where you realize that the lie that you tell just gets bigger and fatter and more enormous and harder to hold until eventually you give up and you say, you know what, I need to tell you the truth. And the big fat enormous lie goes and truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always better to tell the truth because you'll get in trouble if you lie. You'll get in more trouble by lying than telling the truth, and when that person is hurt, he's just going to be relieved after that you told the truth.
Thank you for your wisdom. You were doing this a little bit, Justin. Do you think it's hard to tell the truth sometimes?
Well, one time my friend was actually threatening me. It's like, hey, if you don't come to my house for a play date, I'm gonna really hurt you. So I'm like, okay, I'll come to you. I didn't.
You kept yourself safe instead, did you? That's hard, isn't it? Let's go to the next one, which is number 10, which goes quite a lot with number 8. But in the Bible, it lists a whole lot of things like don't want your neighbor's camel or your donkey or your dog or your whatever. But it's basically we put be happy with what you have, because you don't need to be jealous about other people's stuff.
Trust me, I don't want my neighbor's dog. His dog once ate his mask. and like
But I wonder who might want your lovely puppy.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want his dog.
So, Martha, I want to ask you about the way that we chose to write this one down. We said be happy with what you have. How does that make a difference?
Well, I guess if we practice all the time being happy with what we have, then we can get into the habit of not as easily being jealous of other people's stuff, because we're in the habit of looking at what we have already and being grateful for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so reader number 1, do you want to pick it up from there and bring it home?
God's dream for God's top 10 is that we keep these ground rules for the sake of everyone and everything with whom we share this planet.